Hey guys, it's me, Miss B. Today we're going to be working on how to graph inequalities on a number line. Just a couple reminders here. Remember that if I have an inequality with a line underneath, that means less than or equal to or greater than or equal to. I'm going to have a closed dot when graphing. And when I have a strictly less than or strictly greater than, I'm going to have an open dot. All right, so let's go ahead and graph these on a number line. This should be somewhat of a review. So first we want to make sure that x is on the left. So when x is on the left, it makes it a lot easier for us to graph. Okay, so first off here, I've got x is greater than or equal to -2. So I'm going to have a closed dot on -2. And since the arrow is pointing to the right, my arrow is going to go to the right just like that. Okay, then we're going to check our answer. Let's test a number. So we're going to do 0 is greater than or equal to -2 because 0 is right here on our line. That is true, so we know we graphed it correctly. All right, hopping over here to number 2. I've got my x on the left side, but I want to move it to the right side. Or I'm sorry, it's on the right, but I want to move it to the left. So I'm just going to switch. It's eating the x right now, so we want it to eat at the x over here. So I have x is greater than 0. All right, I do have an open circle there. So I'm going to put an open circle on 0, and it's going to point to the right since that arrow is pointing to the right. We want to check a value. Let's try 1. So 0 less than 1. Yes, that is, oh gosh, that does not say words that I like. That is true, so we're good to go because this right here is on the line. All right, next up here, I've got 2 is less than x. I want to write it so the x is on the left. So I'm going to have an open dot at 2 going to the right. Let's go ahead and check a value. Let's check something interesting. So 2 is less than 10. That is true. And so 10 is on that line, so that's perfect. All right, for this next one here, I want you to go ahead and try it on your own. Okay, so what you should have done is, since x is already on the left, we don't have to move it. I get a closed dot on 3, and it's pointing to the right. Or I'm sorry, to the left. All right, for this next one here, it says, what inequality describes the situation? And it says 8 miles per hour. Go ahead and do this one on your own. What you should have said is the limit is 8. So because the limit is 8, what we're going to do is we're going to say x is our miles per hour. And so x is less than or equal to 8 because 8 is the highest we can go. So we can go any number below that, but no greater. All right, and then the way that we graph that would be we put 8 on a number line, and then we would have a closed dot on 8, and we'd be going to the right. I just put the squiggly line because it's a little easier to see. Okay, next up, it says write an equation representing eating less than or equal to 1,500 calories a day. So I'm going to go ahead and label my line here. So we'll say 1,500, 1,600, and 1,400 just for show. So I want to eat less than or equal to. So we'll say the person eating is X. The sign less than or equal to looks like that. And then 1,500. So I'm going to have a closed dot on 1,500 pointing to the left. All right, next up. It says write an equation for a person eating less than 1,500 calories a day. Go ahead and do that one on your own. What you should have wrote was X is less than 1,500. All right, and in the same way, say 1,400, 1,500, and 1,600. So then open circle pointing to the left. It's very similar. The only difference is this one has a filled in dot and this one does not. All right, now we don't have to do Alex anymore, but we're still going to talk about it just real fast. Throwback to freshman year. You need to complete at least 10 Alex topics per week. Go ahead and write an equation for that. What you should have wrote was X is greater than or equal to 10 because at least 10. So 10 is the least amount. All right, and then the way we'd write that on the number line would be, let's just do 8, 9, 10, 11. We'd put a closed dot at 10 pointing to the left. So you can complete more than 10, but you can't complete any less than 10. All right, and that's all for today, folks.